Welcome to Infini Scale Models. I'm Jason, your host, and I do models. How is everyone doing today? We are working on Nintendo Switch number 2. It is the one with the P13 trace repair that needs to be done. It's been about a week since I looked at it, so we're going to look at it again here. How's everyone doing? Going to do the face cam for a little bit. See if anybody pops into the stream. I also got something from AliExpress. I believe I know what it is, but we will open it to find out for sure. And then we're gonna take a crack. Hey David, how's it going? Then we're gonna take a crack and look at switch number 2 here and do that trace repair. So I did a trace repair yesterday, and I was happy with myself. It was stressful, but it was my first one of that level of difficulty on a QFN. So, let's see into that. Let's see what we have here. Yep, filters. Okay. What filters is it? That is the key. So, is it the small ones, Nintendo Switch charger filter 50 piece? Let's just go under here and see which ones they are. They appear to be the larger ones. So these came off AliExpress. Let's dump that and put that up. They're the larger ones. Actually, the ones that will go on the Switch I'm working on. So I got 50 of those. So I will put them away into their home. So I need to make some new labels on some of these. So let's get these open here. Okay, so if I cut these in half, they'll fit. It's not half. Oh. I should have cut them in thirds. Get the one I have out of here. Yeah, so I need them in fours. Fours and threes. That's what we're going to do. So, 3. And there's a 4. This is a riveting video. I know you're enjoying this. We're getting to the repair here, just waiting for a couple more people. I told Phil I was coming on. I wanted to see if he would join for him to watch me do this trace repair. I just want to get these put away. If I don't get stuff put away, I'll never get it done. I'll just never get it done, and then that will cause problems in the future. Okay, so someone left a comment on the video where I unboxed the tweezers and about some good tweezers, and I may have come off odd about I didn't like the tweezers I got. I'm very happy with every pair of tweezers that I got except for that one supposed chip pulling tweezers. I was not happy with those, but all the other tweezers I'm perfectly happy with. So, alright, so I got plenty of those filters. I did. There are some on my DigiKey order, but they'll get stored somewhere else. So, out of all the tweezers, I got this pair, this pair, this pair, this pair, this pair, and this pair. So it was 6 pairs, and this one is the only one that I didn't like. All the other ones I'm a big fan of. You know, these two are perfect for doing trace work. They're tiny, and I can hold the wire down and manipulate it. You know, these pointed ones say they're different, but they look exactly the same. And this one, I was off a little bit about it being serrated, but I'm going to find a use for it. But yeah, the only one I had an issue with was the chip pulling ones that I thought would be cool. But, you know, I'll just knock that down as the free one. So I haven't cleaned my bench up since get the last couple streams. So let me just tidy up. No, that's not a set. These were individual Hacko CHP tweezers. I found them on Amazon, but the store that was selling them was buy 4 get 2 free. So you got like $40 off 6 pairs, and so it was like 2.5 free actually. So I bought 6 pairs. Only was looking for 1 or 2 pairs of tweezers, but the deal sucked me in. So, you know, out of all that, I got 1 bad pair. So that's fine. Whatever. They seem pretty good. This speaker goes with this switch. So yeah, we're going to be working on a trace repair on this P13. I don't know how it gets so out of whack. And all I did was make a stream of a trace repair. I don't know. Everything normally has its place. Okay, that's the 36 gauge wire. I'm going to need that. That's my test battery. Okay, I need to find a spot for my testers so they don't get damaged. I wonder if they'll fit in my probe box. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. So I need to find a spot for my LCR tweezers. Yeah, these don't seem to bend, but any metal tweezer you get is going to bend over time because of the heat from the hot air. If you're constantly heating it up, the heat from the hot air is gonna want to bend over time. The best tweezers I've ever owned were these scale modeling tweezers. They're Tamiya craft tools. You can buy them cheaper other places online. On Amazon they're pretty expensive, but these have huge tines on them and they are durable, and these, the teeny tiny parts you can manipulate with these are incredible. Yeah, you know, I looked at tons of different tweezers, and I mean, I got some recommendations from Phil, iFixit, you know, and I got a bunch of these ESD tweezers, and I actually had to shape some of the tips and manipulate them to make them any good. If I just went through a drawer full of tweezers, you'd be insane how many tweezers I've gone through. Not just with electronics, but with scale modeling, trying to find the perfect size tweezer. And then I got this set from iFixit with these, and these, they're alright, but they're not good. They're not, you know, the quality of tweezer I'm looking for. So, and ceramic tweezers are a joke because they come out of alignment so easy, and all that stuff. So I did not want to use my scale modeling tweezers, my Tamiya nice tweezers for this work, but it was really the only thing that was working to pull like M92 and all the other stuff. Hey Phil, how's it going? So I was just messing around looking for tweezers. I watched a few videos of people doing tool reviews, recommending tweezers, and some of these people are recommending like $40 or $50 sets of tweezers, and they're okay for some applications. So I wasn't about to jump on that. So Amazon has a really good return policy, so I never used to be, but now it is. So I, found these Hacko, and I'm trying them out. Every pair is a good pair except for that one chip pulling tweezer. And yes, Phil, you were right about the chip pulling tweezers. Yeah, I've been up. I was gaming with my son, and then I'm ready to do this trace repair on this P13. So I think I'm ready after the M92 trace repair. I think I am good to go on this. I just need to get some things turned on. My bench is a disaster. I built a calculator for a present. Boom, calculator. I probably showed that. So here we go. We are going to put our battery there. Actually, I don't need the test battery for this repair. Oh, man, I put on... Oh, why did I do that? I put on the face cam. I put on a nice shirt just so I could do the face cam, and then I stopped doing it. Yeah, I've never... Alright, Phil, I'm going to keep this clean and not repeat that. My son is sitting right here. And I got some more filters I didn't put in the container. So... Something moved under my bench and my chips are not sitting correctly. So that was the second thing that showed up from AliExpress, Phil. That was my EMI filters, 50 EMI filters, the large ones. The large ones. And then I'll go ahead and show you this. This is the LCD screens I ordered. This is how they came in this box here. Mind you, they came from Canada, but, they have the protective screen on them. They look okay. I peeled one of them back to see if there were scratches, but they seem okay. I plugged one into a working switch just to see if it lit up, and it did. So I didn't install it. I just hooked it up, and it worked. So they do work. I didn't test them all. I just tested one. That's all they do. And then I got 3 digitizers. It's these 3 on top. These 3 came just stuck in between these boxes with a rubber band. So but that's way better than how this digitizer came. This didn't come in any plastic or anything. It just came like this, in between 2 pieces of foam, or bubble wrap. It wasn't between 2 other digitizers, or a digitizer and an LCD. I can't remember, but yeah, that was from eBay. So I wrote a nice long complaint about that. Didn't get any money back though. So that's my screens I got. They came from Canada, so they didn't come from China, but they did come from AliExpress. The screens were $11 and the digitizers were like $9.60 or something. Then there was like a couple bucks in shipping. Okay, you know what? Then you don't get it anymore. I didn't realize that. I don't know how to do the sync thing. There's probably something on there. I'm not sure. That's weird though. Alright. Let's get to the nitty-gritty of this P13 trace repair. So, yeah, my wire is still there. Sweet. Okay, now I will talk about the Omnivice real quick. This is nice, and it holds the board, and it doesn't damage it, and it doesn't mar it. But trying to find a happy median to where to hold the board without damaging any components, I guess that's alright, but if you look, the board is sitting crooked. That's probably because it's on the NAND. Still sitting on the NAND. But that's a little bit more level. But as you can see, I mean, you got to really carefully do it because it wants to sit crooked, and I don't like that for focus reasons. Okay, so let us re-examine the situation. That is our messed up trace. I've already pulled the filter, so we are going to, I've already scraped it back a little bit, so I am going to tack this wire on there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my tweezers here, and I'm going to straighten the wire out. And I'm going to put it, alright, oh, come on. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to have to go this way with it. I am right-handed, so this is going to be a trick to figure out what is best for me. And currently, the Omnivice is kind of in the way. So okay, so okay, so let me get this out of the way, and let's scope it up. Yeah, I was getting there. I was just getting it lined up. You didn't want to see it all jumpy and blurry and all that stuff. I'm trying to avoid that kind of nastiness. Turning on the micro pencil, because I turn it on ahead of time. I gotta get a stand for the micro pencil so it goes to sleep, but they're ridiculous in price. Not worth it. Costs more than the micro pencil. Let's use some Kingbow Flux here, because it's not as sticky as my stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tin this whole wire here. I'm going to lose control of the wire first. So we get this tinned up here. Okay. So that is tinned up. Need my tip there. Okay, so alright. Remove that there. zoom in a little bit. Hashtag pro streaming, whatever. I am not good at this streaming thing at all. I forget to look at the chat and all kinds of goodies. Okay. So I still have a little bit left. See, I think it's good you show me this stuff with absolutely no pad left, so then when I actually have some pad left, it gives me a little bit more hope to do my trace repair. So if I don't just gumble the wire up. Alright, I want a little bit more flux down there. Alright, try not to shake too much. And I lost it. Come on. So that is there. And let me just check that to make sure that that is tacked down. Yeah, that is good. Make sure it's straight up in there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this more in the center. Hoping you guys are seeing this. Do the normal tip instead of sacrilege. Come on my channel and disrespect the micro pencil. Because I struggle with that tip. The only reason I was struggling with that tip is I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so that should be the jumper ran. I am going to clean this sucker up now. Come in here and cut this wire off first, if I can find it. That's still a little long. It is a little bit long. Go. Alright, now I'm going to gently clean this up for solder mask application. Sorry. Alright, so that should be good to go. Flooded with clean stuff. Let's get it here with a Q-tip. So, I think I ran that okay. I mean, you know, I'm not this is number 2 of this stuff. This is the smallest stuff I've ever ran. I ran some 29 gauge stuff, but this is tiny. Get my, is that my bigger one? Let me just make sure the area is perfectly clean with my teeny tiny one here where the solder mask is going to go. I don't want that solder mask to move. I mean, I don't want that wire to move, but I want the solder mask to stick really good. So I'm just going to make sure scrub the area where it's going to go. Alright, so that should help it stick. Dry the area. Okay, so where is it at? So I will be using green again. Alright. Alright, so let's get my green tip on here. Just getting some concentration on getting this done here. Alright, so now I want to come in here with this and just tab it up a little bit here. I'm not going to fiddle with it anymore. So let's get the laser light. I'm going to take you off of this, and we're going to cure this bad boy. Morning, DR. I would butcher that name. Oh, okay, Phil. I just understood that. If you're struggling with tinning the wire, use the regular tip. I thought you meant do the whole thing with the regular tip. So, we got 5 viewers. That's good. 3 of you in chat. So, I think it's going well. I think the trace repair is. I think it looked alright. It's not exactly to my level of perfection, but I gotta stop being that way, so, you know. Yeah, I didn't have to switch irons unless I use my, I can use my TS100 for that, I guess. Just plug that in and use that, but I think it was because I didn't have any flux, to be honest with you. Alright, that should be cured. Let me put up my solder mask here. I gotta stop using that tip because it's too small and it's oozing out the back of the thing. So now my plunger is disgusting. So now I have to clean that. So you have to give me a minute, guys. Yeah, so that tip is too small. The solder mask oozes out the back end of it. So, let's see here. Never noticed how this stuff smells. It does smell like resin from my 3D printer. I'm just going to leave that all on there and cure it. So we don't have to deal with it getting everywhere. I managed to not get it all over my hands. So, there we go. Alright. Oh. I don't suppose you know of a swoop schematic. Can you describe where the components are? Because I'm working on a board view, and I have a lot of stuff, component-wise, already figured out. And we might be able to help you figure out what the component is, but there are no actual schematics. I'm just compiling with other people a view of what all the components are and whatnot. So I am going to re-tin these pads. I'm going to raise this up, and I'm going to re-tin these pads here and set this P13 chip down. The back of the board right behind the battery connector. Well, hold on a minute. Let's take a break here and let's look at a board. Okay, let me go. Oh, I didn't even switch. Oh, not that board. Let's look at a board here. Okay. Okay, so we have here's the battery connector in the back of the board. There's really only two components there. Let's take a look at them under the microscope. And I'll see if I can't help you with what these two components are. If not, Phil maybe would help. So, find the button. There. Is it these two components right there? These 1 and 2? Or the little itty bitty stuff that I just noticed? Because, where that stack of switch papers went, buddy? The stack of switch papers that was right there. Is it right there under your civics book? Oh, never mind. All right. So, I'm thinking it's a 102 cap, a 102 resistor, top two components. Yeah. Oh, right behind the battery connector. Top two components. So, are you saying this resistor and this capacitor? Ooh, that's gross. Why are they dirty? Two caps and one resistor. Yes, okay. So, this resistor and these two caps. Let me see what I have in my paperwork here. I know that IC chip. Let's see here. Nope. No, I don't have the values for those components. If you send me an email, my email is oh, that's the wrong one. It's right there. It's the engineeringscalemodels@gmail.com. If you send me an email, I'll get back with you today with what those values are. I will talk to somebody who will be willing to pull them off the board and measure them, so they know who they are. So if you send me an email, I'll get back to you. Yeah, okay, he's doing it now, so there you go. So, well, I figured he was going to do it later, but he'll do it now. All right, back to the repair at hand that we now tried to help somebody. I appreciate you stopping by. We're always glad to help. I am always trying to share my knowledge of what I learn with people. That is way out of focus. Okay, so I am going to tin these pads and this one out. Okay, we're going to tin these pads with the micro pencil. Sure, why not? Okay, so here we go. I can't see. Oh, I just moved that trace. Oh, that was stupid. There we go. flux. Okay, so I think that is well tinned. I'm just going to clean some of that garbage off the board. Oh, I realize I didn't show you how hard that solder mask was, but trust me, it's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere at all. So, let's see here if I can get this in the angle that I need to be to plop down P13 here. Let's get some flux. Let's get a P13 out. Okay, let's get us a P13. Alright, P13. I would say a short across the HDMI cable, or the HDMI from the dock to the USB port, just like a encoder blows on a Xbox. If you have like a surge through the HDMI, it's going to go into the USB port and damage the video processing chip. So, let's see here. Where is the arrow? The arrow is there. I believe it goes upside down anyways. So, we are going to heat this up. There we go. Just concentrating, guys. that looks crooked. It is crooked, so I'm going to get rid of that solder blob right there. Get rid of that solder blob. And I'm going to add some flux. And I'm going to reflow that chip again. I moved it too much. Nope. Alright, there we go. I will let that cool down a little bit, and then I will touch up those pins. Yeah. Okay, so what happens when the pins? Yeah, that's Phil got it. Yeah, it's going to read 460 ohms with the LCR tweezers because you're measuring in series resistance and not the actual resistance of the resistor. You're measuring in circuit resistance. That's for a whole math thing. It may not seem that that's an important thing to have, but that is definitely an important thing to have, to know the in series resistance of a line. So, right, I am going to clean up these solder pads with the micro pencil to make sure that everything is good and connected. Okay, so let me see here. Alright, we're almost done here, last side here. And we will clean up this chip. So we don't have any bridges. So I'm not sure, this side looks a little dodgy. Let's check it out here. Let's clean it real quick. No. Yeah, they don't look connected. Looks a smidge out of alignment, but I think I can connect them with the micro pencil. Might have to reflow the whole thing. Get some of that off of there. Alright, that should be good. Let me check the focus on that. Oh, I got a bridge. Come on, seriously. Get off on there. There we go. Probably should have just changed this chip. Yeah, I can't look through eyepieces because of my neck and back, so I have to look through the screen of the TV. So I could do a proper microscope and then, cast to a TV and look through it that way. But then I would have to look up to where the TV is. This way I'm looking down right at the chip on the screen that I have. If you see, the screen is right here. I don't worry about what's on your screen. I can see directly down. I've worked with scopes like this for a while, so I'm used to it. Go. Yeah, go ahead, hit the brew button. Good job, buddy. Okay, so let's put this filter on. Think about getting a filter out ahead of time. Alright, let's put this filter on. There we go. Got the filter. Alright, let's put this filter. I almost forgot to put the filter on, to be honest with you. Let's go here. Now, I've installed one of these before, not on one that has a trace repair, but we will see here. Alright, I'm going to go in, trying to find the best way to... Come on. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Alright, let me get a little bit more flux on there and see if I can get it to dance into place. Alright, I'm going to call it there. If I need to touch it up with the micro pencil, I will. So... Alright, I think we're good. Okay, so... Alright, so let's get that off of there. So the trace repair... thank you, Phil. I appreciate that. You know... Yeah, it takes a bit to get comfortable, but many years ago I was in a car accident and I had to switch to one of these types. Mind you, it was way more expensive than this one, and it had stereo camera on it, so you got a more depth of field. So I mean, it's nice. You can really get nice stereo microscopes that have the two cameras, and it melds the image together, and they're actually very effective for soldering with the screen and stuff, but they are ridiculously expensive. So like with this one, I have it on the arm here, and I have another arm I can connect the monitor to. So if I got a different one, I might do the same thing and then put a monitor above it to make it bigger. But I don't know. I seem to be doing pretty fine. I ran that trace repair and the other trace repair. So, I'm glad to see you guys are all talking amongst yourselves. I have 9 people in the stream. That's pretty good for someone with sub 1,000 subscribers. So I'm just letting this board cool down, and it is sticky. Okay, the board's going in the ultrasonic cleaner. Board's done, gone in the ultrasonic cleaner because it was sticky. So, what can we talk about? So, we talked about the Omnivice. I don't even want to talk about switch number 3 with the whole error thing, but I will show what it's doing because a lot of you missed it yesterday. So, this is switch number 3 that has the mini trace repair, but it turns out that I think all of that was in vain, because if I plug this charger in there, it turns on and it draws 400 milliamps, and if I press on there, now see, look, now watch, if I look, see? Woo, woo. If I don't press on the RAM shield, it goes off. This is the creepiest thing ever. But pushing on the board makes it, see, now I'm pushing on the board, and it seems to be, it seems to be I have to push around this area right here. So, and it makes it do different things. So, right now I'm pushing on the board, and it is good to go. But if I wiggle the USB port, the unit goes on and off, but if I disconnect the USB port, and if I have to push on it to make it connect. So, I'm not sure if it's the USB port. Well, I don't think it's the USB port now. I think it has to do with something not connected with the screen. Now, when it goes off, the backlight stays on. So, but that's where I'm at on that. Ooh, off, on, off, pressing on RAM shield, off, pressing on RAM shield, off, pressing on RAM shield, off. No, it stays on, it just, the screen dies. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be that screen connector I put in too, but if I push on the area around the screen connector, that doesn't do anything. Like, it has to be, I have to push. Now it's not going to work entirely. Okay, now I'm pushing on the screen connector and it's working. So it has to be that screen connector. And I thought I did a good job on that. Because that's something that can be reflowed, or does it have to be completely changed? But I still have the error code. I'm going to wait till I get rid of the error code before I wreck with that screen connector yet again. I want to deal with that error code first. So I'm not sure where to go on this one. I'm not going to work on it right now. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's no way I'm working on it right now. Just flow it from underneath. Okay. I haven't made a lot of videos, so I'm going to start doing some of this Switch stuff on some videos to get some videos out. I just wanted to do the, some of this newer stuff like the trace repair and things like that on stream, so you guys... Alright. So... Yeah, I might be able to solder each pin individually with the micro pencil to make sure they're all connected. I guess I could try that. I like Phil's idea of heating it from below, but it's not worth a shot to try to just touch each one of the pins with the micro pencil. It is mighty tiny. Yeah, it's about whatever works, but I don't mind trying it with the micro pencil first, because what's the worst that can happen is I wreck it and it doesn't work, because I'm already at that point. So that is 2 trace repairs I've done in 2 days. I don't really have anything exciting other than waiting for this board to come out of the cleaner. So I'm just going to clean off my new tweezers here, put them in their little home. I need to get all those tweezers labeled. Label for the tweezers. Look, I even labeled my knife. So, yeah, trace repair is interesting. That trace repair you did last night, that was some good stuff. The QFN one was very educational. That was interesting. I'm glad I got to see that. HDMI port trace repair, there's a lot of that out there, and a lot of people go in different ways with it and stuff, but there's not a lot out there on QFN trace repair. Actually, there's nothing on QFN trace repair. If I come up here and while we're waiting for this to do this, if I come and get a new window and I go to YouTube and I search QFN trace repair. Okay, so here's what we have right here. This is what comes up for QFN trace repair. QFN soldering, how to replace a QFN and rework it, so no trace repair. And this one is how to repair damaged pads and traces on IC pins, but not QFNs. This is repairing broken traces. That's not, stuff under QFN, how to remove a QFN. Then we get into rebuilding HDMI circuits. I find it very funny that the coder has no videos. See, there's a whole thing that you don't have any videos on, Phil. Yeah, so there's nothing on searching for QFN trace repair. Nothing whatsoever. So, let's go back to my live feed then. Okay, but yeah, that is, yeah, and then also when I search trace repair, I don't get any of your videos, and I'm a subscriber to you, so it doesn't make any sense either that I'm not getting your videos suggested to me in the realm of trace repair. So, I mentioned this to you before in on Messenger, but I think you were confused about what I was suggesting. Okay, we're almost there. It's got 16 seconds left. What I like to do while it is wet with this is I like to just make sure everything is liquid on it. Come in here with one of these chem wipes and get any remaining goop off of there. It also picks up all the alcohol that was on it. Alright, so get my air here. I'm just going to give this a minute to dry here. Let's take a look at that trace repair while we're waiting here. So that's the trace repair, guys. It looks pretty good, I might say. The chip's a smidge off, but everything looks connected, and the filter is connected, so it should work. I mean, shouldn't be an issue. If it does, I'll have to. I have a small airbrush compressor that actually puts out extremely filtered air. It's mounted right down there. It's just not plugged in, and I don't have the hose for it. Oh, God, for God's sakes. Look, why is this? I need that thing in Paul Daniels' house. There. See, there it is. Trace repair. Whoopee. Chip's a little crooked, but it's all connected. We'll test it to see if it docks. Because this worked 100%, and it just wouldn't dock, so we're going to see if we fix it. Yeah, I know, mine's not a large compressor. Mine's like 1.5 gallons, but it's got fast recovery and it's super quiet. It's a very high-end airbrush compressor. Very high-end airbrush compressor, but I currently can't airbrush for at least another 6 months. So I won't be airbrushing anything, so I can use it for anything. But it has a great filter system on it. Wow, I have 12 viewers. Wow, that's insane. Welcome to the channel, my 12 viewers. I appreciate you coming. and joining me. We just did this trace repair. This is why I leave this small scope on the camera. I just did this trace repair down there, and we are about to test this unit. So if all goes well, this should do everything but dock, but we're gonna give it a test before we get it 100% back together. So let's see here. Now I found I can actually get rid of that camera now. Oh yeah, thank you, Phil. I appreciate that. Yeah, I could use the hot air station to dry the board, but you know, whatever. These speakers irritate me, so that one's coming out. So is that one. So they're just out. That's the thing that's going to happen from now on. I'm not dealing with that stuff. It's too irritating. Okay, so I need to clean off this connector here because it has thermal paste on it. Okay, so I need to get this thermal paste off of here because we're going to try to kill two birds with one stone with this. Get this all cleaned up here. Alright, get that clean. Oh, I got thermal paste on my hand. That was lovely. Okay, so that's clean. So what I'm going to do is put that there, and I'm going to get out this one right here. I'm going to get out this giant thermal pad here, and I am going to cut me a piece to go on to this, and we're going to see what happens. Why not? Okay, so we need a piece that is... do you have your metal ruler, Donovan? The metal ruler, please. The ruler.
This?
The ruler. That's a ruler. Thanks, buddy. Right. So we'll do it in millimeters for all you British people. Let's see, it is 1 millimeter, or 1 centimeter, a little over 1 centimeter by 1.5, or that's 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 millimeters by about 12 millimeters. Okay, so let's mark this right there and right there. Alright, and then how long did I say it was? So I said about right here. There we go. So let's see if this works. I'm just going to scatter this all on my bench. Look at that. It fits on there. Oh man, there's thermal paste everywhere. Feet and inches. Well, if you want it in inches, it's just going to be annoying, is about 3/4 of an inch by by 3/4. Oh no, that's a 1/2 inch. Well, this tape messed me up. So a 1/2 inch by, yeah, about 3/4 of an inch. Alright, so that's the thing we did. Alright, we're going to try it. That might be too thick of a pad. That's like 1 millimeter. I might need a thinner pad, but I'm going to try it just to see what happens. I think it's too thick, though, to be honest with you. But we'll see what happens. So we are going to put this together. Alright, so let's get this power cable here, and I'm going to get my screws out. Sure, I got everything here. So we're just going to put this together. Mondays and Fridays. I like Tuesdays and Fridays better. You know, you do your own thing. But I really think you should do something about that QFN. You not having a video on QFN stuff. Because that, you know, there's nothing out there. Alright. There's literally nothing out there. So. Alright. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you if it docks or not. Well, I might be able to. We're going to try to figure that out. But first, I need to get this backlight cable in. There we go. And I'll put this rail in. There we go. Alright. Well, that one was harder than the other one. Okay, so I need to put the fan in. Alright, so fan screws. Oh, I know I take a long time to put one of these back together. I'm sorry. 9 viewers. I lost some viewers putting it back together. So, not as fast as Phil. I'm more organized, but not as fast. Alright, so let me put these speakers back in. This one goes here. I don't know if it matters which one goes where. Alright, that one's in. So, go. so now if I remember correctly, the heat sink goes in afterwards. So I think it's time to put that in. So, I need a game card screw. Don't seem to have one. Game card. There we go. See, I needed a screw. See how fast I found the screw? Alright, I hate this connector. Okay, alright. That seemed like it went down pretty well. Alright. Let's try this heat sink with this thermal pad on there and see what kind of mess we get into. If it even goes on or whatnot. Yeah, it's too thick. So, that's an epic fail. Thought it might be. Okay, so we're going to save that though. And let's try something else here. Where is it at? Let's try a piece of this. This is thermal tape. It's a little bit thinner. But it still has some squishiness in it. I don't know if I'm going to get this off of here. Pretty sure there's another peel off thing on here. Or maybe it's not double-sided. Maybe that's how it works. Okay, so we're going to find out. Okay, so we're going to try... Oh, man, I got thermal paste all over my hand. No. Alright, so... Alright, so... Alright. That goes there. Seems to be squishing that thermal pad, so we'll see. Yeah, I tried to remove Yeah, I'm just trying it. We're gonna see what happens. This one already was missing a screw when I got it. So I'm not gonna leave it on there. I just want to see if it works for testing. So we are gonna put on the battery and we're gonna see if it turns on. Yep, it turns on. Make sure we have touch. Yeah, that's why I went with the thinner one. Yeah, I got touch. So, alright, let me turn it. Oops. Power options, turn off. Right. Let me put the SD card back into it. Or the back shield on, and then the SD card on it. So far I didn't break it anymore. Just we need to make sure we have docking. That's what the trace was for docking. So yep, I always put that screw in there, not thinking that. Is that the one that the game card reader goes into? Yes, it is. I always do that. Always do that. Alright, that felt good. That in there. Alright, so let's get rid of that. Let's put on our back cover. And we are just going to put our pentaloop screws in. Because I need to test to see if this docks first, so... I don't need it all the way back together to test to see if it docks. I just need it to hold together for a minute. So... There's a strobing effect. Is this the one that would... Yeah, this is the one that wouldn't dock. Yeah, this is the one that wouldn't dock with the M92 trace. Okay, let me see if I can do this here. Where is the dock at? Now listen, I am going to hobble this together right now. I am going to hobble this dock. This is a dock that I built from a actual dock. So I am going to plug this into my microscope camera and plug this into my capture card, hopefully. Okay, then I'm going to take my Nintendo controller and I'm going to plug it into there. And then I am going to go to this one. It shows nothing. And we are going to turn the switch on. So, and silly me, I don't have any Joy-Cons out here. Donovan, can you go get my Joy-Cons, please?
What?
Can you go get my Joy-Cons, please?
Sure.
Thank you, buddy. Okay, now we're going to clip it onto the dock here and see what happens. It switched over. Huh. It switched over and it's showing that it's docked, but I'm not getting anything out of the capture card. Let's go to microscope, properties. Thank you. Okay. Why is that still not working? Okay, let me turn off that. I don't think camera's gonna work. Let me just see if I can pull it up with the no, I'm still not getting an image here. I don't even know. I don't know if it's what's going on here. So there may be more issues going on with this than, let me just turn this on. And see, okay, that's that one. Okay, this should be the dock. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's working or not. So we are going to do it. What did that button do? Okay, so that switches it back to that. It is charging on the dock. Okay, so oh, it could be this stupid HDMI cable. I have no idea. I couldn't get this HDMI cable to work when I was trying to stream a working Switch, so I'm not 100% sure here if it's still having issues. Let me close that. So yeah, I just tried it on the camera app in Windows. There's way too many things. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure the Joy-Cons connect. That one connects. That one connects. Okay, let's put in, here, let's do this. Excuse me. Donovan, can you go plug this on my TV and see if it comes on? Tell me the truth what it does, okay? Make sure it's turned on when you click it on there. My son is just going to go test it real quick and tell me what it says, because who knows with this. I don't know. So I was having issues with this. Not with this one, but streaming through that HDMI cable. So he'll be back in a second. If it doesn't dock, why do you think that would be? I mean, I ran that jumper into that filter. I mean, it may not be connected or something, but it charges on the dock. Just doesn't output to the dock. I'm assuming it didn't work, because he would have been back by now if it did. Well, I made it almost 2 hours on the stream. I put my knee in a brace to help me get through it a little bit better. Let me plug in. Oh, you know what? My TV was turned off. He probably has to turn it back on. He can't figure it out. I'm going to be back in 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to mute the mic, and I'll be right back. Okay, it still doesn't dock. I'm back. No, I said I was going to be right back. I went to go check because the TV was not on the right setting, but it definitely doesn't dock. So, alright, so I'm going to have to check those filters again. Let me power this off. So let's get this back open and check these filters. Oh, I gotta take the whole board out of the box. Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm about done with this. I'm just gonna check these filters and then see what they read, and then I gotta go too. It's been 2 hours and I got stuff that needs to be taken care of. So get some stuff done too. But I just want to check these filters, and then I will. I don't know. It works. Everything works. It charges. I just don't understand it. Why it won't dock. Brand new P13, brand new trace. I'll have to see if there's continuity, I guess, to that line, because I know that line is what those two lines that were right next to each other that had that filter. I know that they are the lines for the HDMI capture, or HDMI out for the USB-C. So this is why I put at thermal. This is why I wanted to put that thermal pad on there and not the paste, because now I can just take this off and not have to deal with all the paste. So yeah, so that's, I'm not going to leave it like that, but that is a bonus of doing it that way. So let's knock the battery. The headphone and game card reader out of here. To use my iFixit tool for unhooking this. So I'm telling you, if you want to see someone just totally take apart a switch over and over again and put it back together, this is the channel for you. I have done this so many times, thinking I fixed it. Man, I thought for sure this was going to work, because it was obvious damage. That trace was damaged, so I had an obvious problem. I had obvious damage, so I was certain that that would be the fix to fix it. But there could be another issue, and it could be M92. So I'm not 100% sure. This should be all the ribbons. Rest of these screws out. So somebody that flips that up. Alright, so go. Take the board out, and then we'll check these filters and call it there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check them with the output of the USB-C port. So just put this away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my USB-C tester. Yeah, I know. I just really thought, I saw the damage trace and I thought that was going to be the obvious problem. It would fix it and then I would be done with this one. But let's plug this in here. Let me pull up my photo of this. I got a photo of this pinout of what it's supposed to be. Yeah, and it shows you to which each filter each line goes to, so I'll show you that. So right there, this came from Micromage, I guess from Play It Again Retro Video Games. It's in my Switch document that coming out on next Friday, so I have it. I'm updating it currently. So I'm going to check this. So I need to check S bus 1, 8. So it's in continuity mode. So S bus 1, and that should be, that's connected. It should be connected to the other side of the filter, and it is. Is it connected to the pin? Yep, it's connected to the trace. Let me just go under the microscope. Did I plug that back in? Microscope. No, that's not the microscope. Why is that set for the microscope? Come on. Okay, hold on. Microscope properties. It's the other USB video. When I swapped it to test the thing, it messed up. So, okay, so here's what we're testing. So, if I come here and I test this filter, filter's good. It's not shorted to this filter. The filter's good. If I measure from here to there, that's good. If I measure from the other side of the filter to here, I have a connection. And if I measure from the line that's on up to that jumper, I have a connection. So, yeah, I'll test. I know, I was just testing the one I just did, so I'm going to check them all. Good. 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 Yeah, they all test fine. I know that was like incredibly out of focus. So let's check some more data lines here. So let's just go across the list. So TX2 is, nope, this is S bus 2. S bus 2 goes to this pin. That connects, which goes to this pin. Yep, that connects. So, and then we have RX2 negative goes to this pin. Check. And then we have RX2 plus. RX2 plus goes to that one. That's true. And then we have TX negative and TX positive. It's TX negative. Doesn't go to any other ones. That one goes to there. And then we have TX1 negative and positive. Negative is first. And then it's not connected to positive, but positive is. Positive doesn't go to negative. And then we have finally RX1 negative and positive. Negative's first. Yep, doesn't go to positive though. Definitely goes to there. Let's try RX positive. Goes to that pin. Does not go to that pin. Okay, so all those data lines go to the USB port. So, oh, zoom in. Okay, hold on. There. Everything makes connections. I know the chip is just a smidge crooked, but it works and everything's making a connection. So, and the USB port tests fine to all its filters. So, can M92 cause not docking? I'm not sure if that's a thing, if M92 can cause it not to dock. Is that a bridge? Where am I looking for a bridge at? I don't think that that's a bridge. No, it's not a bridge. It is shoddily connected because the connector is, the chip is a little bit off. I may recenter that chip tomorrow. Yeah. See, that is shit. I thought I fixed that. That is shit. Well, pardon my language. Yeah, none of that is connected. None of that. Wow, I can't believe I did that. Let's check the rest of the chip. Man, I did it again. I did it on M92 yesterday. Yeah, I need to reflow this chip, sit it straighter, and then come back and touch all those better with the micro pencil. Because that is bad soldering all the way around. That was my newbie mistake. Yeah, that was my newbie mistake. I need to heat that up and reflow that into place better. Yeah, that's going to definitely need to be soldered again, so. But, hey, I'm learning. It's okay. So, let's go up a little bit. And I cleaned this whole thing, and now look at me. Now I gotta reflow it. Yeah, I know. It's just, I was planning on being done for the stream, but I don't know. You're gonna get a long stream today. Okay, so the hot air is still literally on. Okay, so. Okay, that may be slightly better. Yeah, you see how much solder squeezed out from under that chip? I definitely did not do that well. Yeah, I definitely did not do that well. That was my newbie. That was my another noob mistake there, guys. Sorry, but you get to see me do it again. I fail, so you don't have to. So, I'm just charging up the micro pencil. I'm warming up the micro pencil. Where are you at? I'm the streaming, sweetie. Okay, so this one is tricky. I don't see how you do it without the micro pencil. And that is tricky. Alright, let me clear that up a little bit. Alright. And let me come over to this side. I knocked a resistor, guys. You see that? I knocked a resistor. Let me fire up the hot air again. So this is what happens when you keep messing with it and you start knocking hot air. It's one of them friggin' 201s too. Come on, get to your spot. No, not there. Come on. No. Stop it. Oh, what a mess. And it blew away. Let me turn my airflow down. Phil, do you know what that resistor is? Oh, I think Phil left. Oh, okay. No, he's still here, so let's get that one out of the way. Okay, when I get that resistor on there, I'll flow all those back into place. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to put flux on there, and I'm going to flow them all back into place once I get that resistor on there, because there's no way I'm finding that 0201 resistor. Unless it landed somewhere on the board, because it pinged off. Yeah, it pinged off. Whatever was this? Oh, I found it. Wow, I actually found it. Alright, I'm going to put some flux on here now. So, I'm going to get this resistor flipped over, get it semi-close to its pad. Alright, I'm going to heat this air up here. Alright, so all these should just flow right back into place now. Come on. Okay, more flux. Maybe that will help. There we go. Alright, there we go. They pop back. Oh, what a nightmare. That is a senior. Oh, really? Well, while we're waiting for this board to cool down, let's look at that. Let's look at that right there. Let's look at this. A crack on the MOSFET. I have these on order. They will be here. If it is that MOSFET, they will be here very shortly. Let's see here. No, I don't see. I don't see any issue. Is that the MOSFET? Well, that's the MOSFET above. Yeah, well, that's the MOSFET above M92. I don't really see a crack in it. Okay, Z. It's fine. Alright. I can't believe I found that resistor, though. That worked out. Okay, so I have those MOSFETs coming in, so I could possibly change that MOSFET. So that is a thing I can do. So let me just clean off some of this flux here. I'm not going to ultrasonic clean the board again. So And I'm just going to do preliminary test. Alright, so alright, I know you found there's 100K. Okay, I will put that in the document just so we have it in the future. It's a very soft brush, by the way. All right. So, now, I have a question, Phil. You said you shouldn't fully assemble it to test it. Yeah, I know. I'm going to grind them down. I'm going to work on that. And then I'm going to take them and I'm going to electroplate them. Or gold plate them at my old job. So I'm going to dip them in. Because they're gold plated and you grind them down, they're not going to be gold plated anymore. So I'm going to have to replate them. But I'm going to do my extra pair. And I'm going to send a set of tips to you, Phil. With that care package I got coming up, because I really don't think you can do what I said you can do, what you said you can do with those pins. So it's worth it to see if you can do it. So, well, P13 looks a lot better. Let's just take one more look at it just to make sure before I get all assembly crazy. That looks much better. That jumper looks good. That looks pretty good. Wait a minute, are every one of those pins bridged? Or is that solder or flux? What the? What is that going on there? Oh, that was solder. Every one of those pins was bridged. Wow. Alright, let me put some flux on here and fix that. I'm glad I checked it. Every one of those pins was bridged. So... Okay, they don't look bridged anymore. Let's check this side here. That doesn't look too great either. Alright. Let's see here. if that is a bridge or flux glare. Alright, let's check this side here. And look at that, I bridged the heck out of that too. So see, this is where I like the knife edge on this micro pencil. Like, it gets rid of those bridges better than this chisel tip. That's much better. So that's much better all the way around the chip. That could be a little bit better right there. So yeah, that's much better on that chip. All right. That is a Hakko FM 2032 micro pencil, but I have the Hakko FX 951 station that came with the Hakko FM 2027. There should be a link in my description coming up in a couple days. That's going to be in my description of my videos. But I don't like to link to a product if I don't like it. So I wanted to make sure I got a full test on it before I would put a link to it in my description, whether or not it's good to use. And I'm happy with it, you know, but, you know, I don't want to link to a product in my description that I think is garbage. So that's why I don't have Phil's channel linked in my description. Hey Philip, how's it going? So yeah, but it wasn't bridged before. I just bridged it. I haven't even turned it on since I bridged it. Yeah, I don't know if you can buy different tips for the LCR tweezers. I have another pair of tips, but they're not threaded. So I'm going to look into it. I got to do some more research on it. I've been so busy getting the Switch document together that I haven't had time to really get anything researched. Okay, I'm not going to be happy unless I ultrasonically clean this board again. So it has been 2.5 hours. I have got to go. It is 9 o'clock here. I have to eat something because of my blood sugar. So thank you guys for hanging out. I'm glad that the stream worked. It didn't dump anybody out. So I appreciate you hanging out. Hopefully the trace repair is good, and I will test this. I will probably finish this up in a video, or if I stream tomorrow, I'll get the testing in on this. Thank you guys so much, and have a fantastic day.